this little town. I'm not even sure of the name. There's a telephone museum or something down here, or some monument. Woodstock, okay. So over here on the right is an old style telephone and some plaque. I should go and research it and post it up here online. So something to do with the telephone in here. There's a big logging truck. Ice flows on the left. Just entered Paris, Maine. Coming up to downtown Paris, the big metropolitan city of Paris, Maine. And this is about it. Intersection. And now we're making the short trip from Paris to Norway. The town line, Norway. So downtown is to the right. I'm going to take a little cruise through downtown Lewiston, Maine. We're going to go by this old church, which is reminiscent of the ones in England, but probably only, like 150 years old or something like that. So we did a very good job of copying your stuff. Nice little section crossing over the middle of a lake and a ski area on the left. Scenic in the summertime too. Welcome to snowy New England. It is Thursday morning, February 27th, and I am on my way back to southern France, but first I gotta deal with this. So, rental car with no snow tires, but we'll make it through. I'm in Claremont, New Hampshire. Gonna head down to Concord, and then down to Boston. Difficulty getting moving here, but we made it. The state road now. It's a little bit better shape. It's still pretty slippery. But as long as you don't do anything stupid or quick, it's fine. It's a 50 zone. I'm doing 33. I'll get there eventually. It's 10 o'clock, a little bit after 10 o'clock. Got a 7:30 flight, and normally this trip would take 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. So, leaving myself plenty of time to get down to the airport. Okay, I'm getting a little further east, and here on the windshield the snow is turning to a little bit of sleet. No big deal. That means the temperature is getting a little bit warmer up above. Someone had a little mishap here. turnarounds. fast lane actually is in better shape than the slow lane. Still doing about 50. Crossing the Cook River, about 10 miles north of Concord, and it's pretty much just all rain now. Temperature's up to 33 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's a tad over freezing. So it looks like I'm out of the snow. Definitely traveling a lot easier. Almost back up to the speed limit, 64, so. Worst stuff. Quick stop in Concord, a little bit after 11, and then head down to Logan. Hang out for 5 hours or so. Not the most exciting of days. It'll be good to get back to the bus. Traffic and weather down here in Manchester, New Hampshire. Make the split head south to Boston. T-Bird from the early 80s. Seen one of those for years. Mass Porter's coming up here. Nothing spectacular. Usually a change of pavement across state lines. They're repaving their own section of the road at different times, so one's bound to be newer than the other. Okay, now we're in Massachusetts. I'm on 93 South. I could stay on this and go down through Boston, through the tunnels, but I'm going to take 95 east, or what was old Route 128, and go over to Route 1 and go south on Route 1 into Logan. Besides avoiding tolls, also give me a chance to put some fuel in the car before I drop it off at the rental agency. up the car. Heading in the last couple miles. I have a feeling I'm supposed to be in the left lane with all this traffic. Find out. That's Revere Beach, Boston, A1 South and straight. Yeah, this will be right. And the tunnels will be after Logan. Getting even closer. Skyline of Boston there. So before the tunnels are the exit, is the exit for Logan. And once I get in there, I'll just follow signs for rental car returns. Don't remember if it splits off to the left or to the right. Off to the left. Logan Airport on the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be landing shortly. Please fasten and adjust your seatbelt. Please stow away your cable, the cup holder, disconnect any wire from the set USB socket, and open all window blinds. E-cigarettes are not permitted and smoking is prohibited. We recommend that you wear the safety card in front of you, and remember that in the event of evacuation, you must leave all your baggage behind.
Made it back to the storage place where I was storing the bus. Just walking back to it. It was this old Mercedes van or bus or whatever it is. I noticed it when I parked the bus. These are cool designs. Looks like this one's seen better days. Find my bus. So just walked across and walked up to the bus, but sitting here, it's been 9 days since I parked it. Everything looks okay. Get inside, let you know how things are going. Okay, trying out the new camera in here, so I don't have the microphones plugged in. I'll try to speak a little bit louder. Bus is fine, check the oil, everything's good. Nice place to park it. €25 for 9 days. So I'm just going to go back to, considering that it's 4:30, 4:45, I'm going to go back to the park up the air over in Pelisan, just 5 kilometers down the road. And spend the night there because it's...
Please drive to highlighted route.
And except for a couple naps on the bus, let's see, it's approaching 11 o'clock in the morning US time, so I've been up for 30 hours or so. Back up just a little bit so I don't hit the mirror. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to remember on the video I'll make about my trip back, but I bought a replacement ignition switch. One of my tasks was to get replacement keys made, or duplicate keys made, because I get this done. Because I had a spare set of keys stuffed in the bus somewhere, and I don't know where they are. So when I was in Maine, I had some duplicates made, but they couldn't find the key blank for the ignition key, so I ended up buying an ignition switch, which I wanted to spare anyway. Yeah, I can squeeze by there. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna go back up that other lane, because that's a direct shot out. So I've had a couple issues with the ignition switch, so I just decided to buy a spare, and it came with 2 keys. Turns out this vintage bus is kind of like John Deere tractors, where of certain vintages they're all the same, and same with this. So the 2 keys that came with the new ignition switch are the same keys as I have. So I now have 3 ignition keys. Renault, haven't seen that style before.